We'll keep following the stories that makes its way through Congress, but we want to pivot to this. Remember when they told us the planet was on fire and the oceans were going to swallow Kevin's home in Florida? Turns out maybe not so much. The United Nations has quietly backed away from its most extreme climate doomsday scenarios. You know, the ones used to justify higher energy costs, higher grocery bills, and sweeping policy changes. Now, the UN says the worst case scenarios are implausible. An apology would be nice, maybe a refund would be better. What do you think?
More misinformation.
Yeah.
You know, and in a world of AI, I think the best job is going to be truth tellers. People that can look at all the information around them and say, this is true and this isn't. That's what I'm telling, you know, people that are giving these commencement speeches these days are getting booed, telling people to go into AI as a new career. But the fact is, it's a wonderful opportunity. It's just a tool. But there's going to be a lot of misinformation, and I think people that can deem what's real are going to be very valuable in society.
Why are we even in the UN?
Oh.
Some exit
Now we're getting like really big questions.
We have 4 minutes.
I was going to talk about the misleading information to
Sure.
Kevin's point, that what always stood out to me is so obvious in those net zero by 2050 plans. Baked into the calculations was a technological improvement. 50% of the reductions were going to come from technologies that hadn't yet been invented yet. Now think about that. We're going to get to net zero, and they're saying we're going to do it with fictitious technologies. I mean, that showed you none of it was real in the first place, and now, so it's not surprising they're quietly backing off of it because they advocated for spending trillions of dollars on things that aren't even in existence.
You know, we're quick to call out fraudulent activity on Wall Street when it comes to institutions that are manipulating or doing things. But when it comes to the government, somehow it gets sort of clouded. And it's okay because it was a policy thing. I mean, this is one of the most massive frauds that I can remember with respect to the Biden administration spending $6 trillion, an Inflation Reduction Act, which was not reducing inflation at all, but actually a green climate energy bill that ended up sending our prices up to $5 a gallon, higher, by the way, than they are right now because we weren't pumping oil in this country, but also sending overall inflation to 9%. The taxpayers were consumers, Americans. We were fleeced here by this administration. And now refund, I mean, I laugh at that. Everybody's just going to say, you've got to eat it and deal with it.
Yeah.
Oops. Yeah.
My mistake, my bad.
I'm with you on the UN.
Right?
Why are we there? Like, what have they given us lately? And they give us this research that tells us climate's gonna kill us all. Oh, wait, never mind. Maybe not after we spent hundreds of billions, maybe trillions of dollars on it. But I do think, Lou, that we are going to have climate solutions in the world. We are going to live more. As we get richer, we will live more cleanly because as we get richer, we do innovate things that we can't even dream of now. These guys hate that idea. They want to control the path with whatever they see, and it happens to be wind and solar and blah, blah, blah. And the answer is actually freedom gives you entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship gives you forms of energy you could have never dreamed of that are cleaner and more effective, but it means politicians don't get to control.
But it also, that's not their ideology. They put Mother Earth over humanity. They would rather no humans be here. So I think it's an interesting point, though. You bring it up. There are plenty of technologies that are being invented. It's the allocation of capital, not through taxes and through government offices, but through private enterprise. I sit on the board of a company that has a refinery process heater that reduces NOx and SOx emissions by more than 99%. But it's been in existence for 10 years. It can't get traction against these types of policies in the government.
Yeah, we should get out of every institution that is more pro-ideology than pro-human.
Yeah.
Like, we should be in pro-human institutions.
I think the debate on the UN is who pays the bill. I always ask, who's paying? And I think that's a big issue. I think Mike Walsh is the guy there now.
Yeah.
And I think he's asking that question. Hey, everybody, we're paying a lot of dough for this thing, and we want a say in policy. And I think that's how it should be in an institution like that.
I think a lot of Americans are thinking, I don't mind if we got out yesterday because we're footing the bill and the policies aren't helping us. So it leads to some questions. Yeah. Big existential. I gave you 4 minutes to answer a big question.
You don't need, I guess you don't need 4 minutes on the UN. Let's go.
Yeah,
let's save
I agree.
Our time.
And while we're at it, let's add some other institutions to the list, too.
Yes.